You are acknowledged.
Excellent.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Tangents Podcast. My name's Dollyboard. This is Hottest, and we've been gone for a while, guys. It's been
a minute.
Been a minute. It's been a minute. And it was funny because I had planned that I was going to do kind of a TikTok thing. Not TikTok thing, but a TikTok thing. I was going to do 1 week panels on pages, 1 week tangents. And then both just kind of suddenly took a break.
Giant break.
Out of nowhere, I've got 3 back-to-back episodes of panels on pages. Yeah. So that's just somehow just became a weekly podcast again.
Hey, man. I mean, listen, whatever. Whatever. I do want to mention real quick, speaking of panel on pages, I always enjoy the conversations you have with other people on that channel / podcast. I do want to say, however, the most recent one.
Right.
Listen, I can't take a conversation seriously if the individual is just nonstop being a smart ass. And it is a smart ass because here's the thing. It's not just being sarcastic. It's not just being funny. It's not just being like he multiple times said, oh, I'm just funny all the time, whatever. I make fun of everybody. Blah. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But when I'm having a serious conversation with you about racism, bigotry, hate, whatever the hell you want to talk, any one of those subjects, I put them all in like one list. Yeah, at some point, like, listen, me, I'm always down for sarcasm. I'm always down. Like, me, I always treat people exactly the same. If I crack a joke about one person, it'll be about the next one. But when you want to have a serious discussion about what was said and commented, and then you come in this and try to, one, for sure, I 100% agree with you. He definitely was throwing jabs, trying to get you in that aha, I gotcha moment, which is, it's only works if you have a valid, like the way I do aha, gotcha moment is I put your own thing against you, right? I would say, hey, but you just said this is what this is, and this to me sounds exactly like that. Like, I'm not going to say and try to get you to say, okay, I get it. Like, no, I'm just going to point it out. Like, what you're saying sounds exactly what this is. Not like, come on, say it so I can be like, see? I don't know.
He just kept trying to get me in like these, like, oh, let's define this, let's define that, let's define this. Like, nah, man, that's you don't need to define things. Like, he was trying to define his way into like being right. He wasn't it's funny because he labeled it as a debate. He promoted it on social media as a debate.
But it didn't even.
Did he make any points?
No, there was no point. Like,
besides
listen,
him saying that he personally doesn't believe that transgender people are transgender people.
Here's the thing. I will agree. I said, there is a few things I agree, right? You know me, I've said this to you before. I am 100% for definitions, right? So if you're going to try to use logic on me, then we're going to use logic the way, that particular whatever discussion we're having about. In this case, it was bigotry, it was racism and stuff like that. It would be the definitions of that, what those things are, and go from there, right? And so how I view something, but I wouldn't go out of my way to be sarcastic the entire time and say like the one thing I would have said, right? So in the sense of like when you guys were talking about the whole racism thing and defining racism, and you said, black people can't be racist against white people because of what white people have done thus now in being in power and all that. And then I would have went and said, well, I disagree with you because I follow the actual definition. You follow something else. I follow the actual definition that's out there.
And so that would have at least made a point.
Right. That would have
at least been a point
this
you're
is
making.
Where I'm at.
Not you're wrong because the definition says otherwise.
Yeah.
And that's the real thing that bothered me. At the end of everything, the real thing that bothered me with that entire exchange was the fact that he wasn't taking a stand of any kind. Like constantly, multiple times, he was like, oh, like I know people on both sides of this argument. You know, I rock with people on this side. I rock with people on this side.
Right.
It sounds like you don't stand for anything. It sounds like you don't have any like actual like morals or beliefs.
Right.
That's what that sounds like to me.
Right.
Because if you're going to tell me that you rock with people who will call people on social media, like who will bully people on social media, flat out. I've seen it done.
Yeah,
Comicsgate people have bullied people on social media.
Sure.
Like comic book creators. But you gonna rock with those people?
I mean,
and it's
listen,
like, and he said, "Oh, if I had to pick, I would choose Comicsgate." But that just means you're Comicsgate.
And I get what he's trying to say, right? He's trying to say that not all Comicsgate people that are in Comicsgate are like that. I get that, but when the common knowledge, I guess, is that that's how they are.
Yep.
Well then.
Yep. Is every single police officer a bastard? I'm sure there's a couple good ones here and there.
Yeah, right.
But like,
guess what?
Than odds.
Guess what?
I'm more likely to find one that's not.
No, like watching cops not break down a door and kill the motherfucker that's trying to kill kids in a school.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, and one of them was like, "What are we doing here?
What are we doing?
What the fuck do you mean, sir?
Saving lives? You're trying to save a life? I don't know."
Like the one dude was on his phone.
Bro, I would have broken that door down 5 times by the time they got a half of one.
We were waiting for keys, then we were waiting for fucking the battering ram.
Fuck that.
33 fucking.
First of all, you're going to a location where there most likely is a hostage situation. You got to break in. Why don't you have that with you?
At the very least, right? At the very least.
Fuck the keys, but the battering part, like where you're gonna knock a door down. Why the fuck's that not there?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck? At one point, nobody said, "Hey, I'm gonna nab this," or somebody over the radio said, "Hey, you're all the way there. You're close by. Grab it and come here."
Or it's a school door. Kick it the fuck in.
It wasn't even locked, apparently.
Oh my god. Yeah, exactly.
Are you telling me you didn't turn the handle? Like
that's just not even something I'm willing to fucking spend time on. That's such.
I know. I'm just saying.
Such a fucking. And that was just
here. Listen, let's. We're trying to keep this as quick as we possibly. We want to keep this one a little short, but I don't know if that's always going to work out. We're going to try to keep it short. I don't know if you got any. We actually kind of went in on. I'm not going to lie. Whoever's listening or watching, I'm not going to lie to you. We kind of just went in on this one today. We were on Discord and we were like, "Hey man, we should do a podcast." And he's like, "All right, but like, we got to make it quick." So we don't really have, but I mean, there's a few things. I mean, we could talk if you want. We could talk about announcements. We can talk about, we can talk about, listen, we can talk about heavy shit, which gets heavy.
Let's do that. Let's keep it light. Let's talk about some San Diego Comic-Con announcements.
Let's do it.
We're gonna go a little broader than I did yesterday with this. I don't even know how I'm going to release. Let's just say with this week's Panels on Pages episode, regarding comic book aspect of announcements. But let's talk about some of the other shit.
Well, let's talk about. Hold on. Let's talk about something that I'm kind of happy with, mainly because we've always at least I've been shitting on DC for a while now, and not because I hate them, because I want them to be better. Right. And I just want to bring this up.
Just real quick, somebody pointed out, what was even the point of DC like having an announcement the same day as Marvel? Like, it's just showing how behind you are. And I was like, that's a fair point.
That's a fair point, yeah. But listen, here's the thing they did do. They have confirmed that Shazam is in the universe we want him to be in. Thank fucking God. Holy shit, that only took one movie and 2 more years to get.
Also some indication, I don't know that they like supposedly. Now I don't know how true this is. Of course, this is all secondhand because we don't have live video.
Right.
But supposedly, The Rock came to show the new trailer or the current. It's kind of the same trailer as the last one. I really didn't think it was any different.
I'm pretty sure it's very similar.
Black Adam. The Rock came out full suit, full Black Adam garb, and I guess someone had brought up him fighting Superman, and he said something along the lines of, "Well, that would depend as to who was wearing the S." And so it wasn't like a no, he's not gonna fight Superman. It was kind of like a sideways. So what I'm thinking, what I'm kind of hoping, if it is set in the, I think they try to give it a name now because DCEU apparently wasn't even an official title. Whatever, their joined universe, the Snyder universe kind of. I don't even call it the Snyder.
Well, okay, so let me put this up real quick. Let me say this real quick. So he apparently went on Twitter, posted an image of his symbol and the Superman Henry Cavill wears next to each other, and he said something along the lines on, "I hear my fans, I hear you guys. Don't worry. You know, we're doing this right," or something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing. I don't remember the exact word for word. And really, I mean, and here's the thing, I kind of feel like he was speaking to me because the first time he released a trailer for Black Adam, I said, as much as I love your movies, as much as I love DC characters, I am having a hard time wanting to go see this in the theater, knowing that it's most likely not part of a universe that is incomplete. And I left it there. And now
what I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking, because we've had no indication that the Justice Society exists. This Justice Society seems to be pretty organized. So this isn't like a new thing.
Right.
So I'm thinking this takes place in like the 80s and 90s, right? The only I watched it like 2 times. And I don't know enough about helicopters and shit, so I don't know how recent those helicopters are.
Right.
But the fucking Mercedes you see at the end where he throws Hawkman at the Mercedes, that is straight up like a 1995 or 1996 Mercedes.
But what about the jets he knocks out of air?
Those are brand new, right? Now, if you're cold as fuck as a director, that's the last scene, or that's one of the last scenes. That's the present. That's my thought, because those are definitely F-22s without question.
Without a doubt.
There's no way, or maybe even F-35s. But
regardless, they're not in the 80s.
F-22s, definitely not in the 80s. But
definitely not in the 80s.
And that's why I was like, the helicopters seem like they're a little newer, but I just don't know enough about military helicopters.
Right.
But the fucking Mercedes, I was like, I feel like this might take place over a couple different time periods, because like when they're fighting him, they don't really have, there's not really a lot of indication that it's the modern era. But when he's like in that water bath or whatever, when he's captured, that looks pretty new. Like all that shit looks pretty new, like pretty recent.
Right.
So who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
There is at least the hope of Henry Cavill coming back as Superman.
There is, yeah, 100%. I mean, so first of all, we know 100% Shazam is in Snyderverse, right? Whatever you want to call it, let's call it Snyderverse, because he's talking about them, and the clips they're showing in the trailer are of Ben Affleck, of Jason Momoa, and Ezra Miller.
And the back of Ezra Miller.
Right.
They're out.
Listen, sorry, I try to give the benefit of doubt to anybody, but bro, there is no benefit of the doubt. You are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and you're just bad for business. Just bad for business, you know?
And somebody said, "Oh, Elliot Page," and I was like, "Yeah, he kind of looks like them. Like he kind of looks like Ezra Miller. Like I could see it."
Listen, and I said to you, this.
I bet.
Listen, and I said to you, this isn't hard. There's fucking thousands of flashes. Just put a flash in.
Like you just pick one.
Just throw a flash in. Who the fuck cares?
I came out with a whole thing for the end of on TikTok. I was like, here's what you do. You add a CG scene. It's from far. It's Barry running across the fucking ocean or some shit. Lightning strike. He fucking disappears.
Yeah.
And then you see fucking what's her face Iris freaking out because they were talking, and then Wallace West shows up, her nephew. He's got powers. He's Kid Flash.
I'm down. Sold.
And then you have young Kid Flash. He can be Kid Flash and then become the Flash going forward.
Yep. So
you got 10 years out of this
don't
kid.
Give a fuck. Go. Sold.
Like, and it's easy. Fix. And then whenever the fuck you feel like, you bring back Barry. He's a different actor, and you just say the Speed Force does some shit to you. And we just move on.
Or we just move on. Who the fuck cares? Either way, listen, I'm just happy they have officially at least confirmed for Shazam.
For sure.
And I think they're going to do it for Black Adam as well. Now, listen, if you're right, and this does take in 2 different timelines, right? Or in time moments, right? Some of the movie is, this is the old 80s shit, and then here is the new shit, then I can understand why he said depending who's wearing the S, because in this universe, they're saying she was here first. So he could be saying he's fighting Supergirl because she was here first.
Okay. That could be interesting.
So you could say...
Although we should have seen...
Bless you.
Thank you. Felt that coming.
Yeah.
We should have seen her if they were going to stick with the comic book prequel thing.
Yeah.
I think we would have seen her by now, because she was supposedly hanging out with the Amazons, and at the very least, like,
listen,
she would have known about him.
You're right. We might be seeing her now. So. Here it is.
Well, I mean, we are going to see her in Batgirl, which may or may not be getting.
Yeah, so that's where that's where you and I are, or at least where I'm having a little bit of confusion.
Sorry, Batgirl in the Flash movie.
That's where I'm having a little bit of. Well, I'm glad you brought Batgirl, because I'm having a little bit of confusion, because now they have said, hey, here's Ben Affleck, here's Jason Momoa, here's the Flash, shown on the screen in this trailer for Shazam.
Well, Shazam takes place before Flashpoint or the Flash movie.
But that's weird, dude. Like,
what's the release date?
Well, I don't know, but listen, at the end of the day, like, I don't know how you get to Keaton and Batgirl and that being part of Snyderverse. Like, I don't. That's too much. It's too much. It makes it weird.
It says what? No.
I think because Flash was having way more issues, Flash is probably coming after Shazam.
It's saying June 2023.
What? Okay. Shazam or Flash?
Flash. Shazam 2. Oh, Fury of the Gods release date. It's in December. So yeah, it comes out this year. They pushed Flash back.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, Flash had a lot of issues. Not just with Ezra Miller alone.
Flash was always going to come out after this, because apparently this was supposed to come out April this year, and Flash was supposed to come out in July.
I do want to say this though. I'm super stoked to see Lucy Liu back on the big screen.
I'm saying.
Super happy. And on a good big screen. I'm not talking about a cheesy Charlie's Angels spin-off bullshit. Listen, as much as people enjoy those movies, those were cheesy. I'm glad to see her on a big screen, blockbuster.
She didn't. Those were her blockbuster movies.
No, I get it. But I mean, those are, I don't know. I as much as I'm always happy to see a Charlie's Angels movie if it's done the way it's interesting to me. Those were very much, in my opinion, they were very cheesy.
You're talking about like the early 2000s, right?
Yeah, the ones that she was in with Drew Barrymore and I forgot who the third actress was, but to me those were very cheesy. I wasn't about
Mary, that chick.
I wasn't a big fan of those. But I'm super happy to see her back, and I hope we continue to see some of these legends back on the screen.
The fast joke, incredible.
Oh yeah, fantastic! Oh, fantastic!
Incredible.
All right, so moving on from DC, Marvel. Holy shit! Well, first of all, I want to review a show real fast, real quick. Here we go. Ready? Miss Marvel, better than Doctor Strange. I'm done. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh
Miles.
God.
Listen,
That's not
Sam Raimi, listen, you, sir, you have a way of showing visuals very well, but you suck at storytelling because holy shit, that was awful.
I don't think.
All right, fine. Two reviews real quick. The Illuminati was shit. Black Bolt apparently screams when he realizes his mouth is gone by magic. I guess he's had a lot of experience fighting people, so that threw him off. Xavier died to a head snap in a dream. Even though he's supposed to be one of the best telepaths in the world, if not the best. Mr. Fantastic, as much as I'm happy that it was John Krasinski, was irrelevant. The Multiverse of Madness was one universe.
It was 3. It's a total of 3 universes.
Okay, my bad. 3. You're right. Yeah, that's right. In the beginning.
Can I tell you my alt pitch for that movie that would have been so much better and would have at least given us a multiverse?
Can I say one more thing before you say the pitch? And apparently Wanda was obsessed about kids that she never had with the robot that couldn't have kids. All right, let's go.
All right. Well, first of all, I'll tell you the whole kids thing makes sense. That's where we got House of M. That's where a lot of shit came from, is the fact that she invented these kids and then wanted them back.
Okay, great.
On top of that, but that's not even the problem. The problem with that aspect is that I just talked about this on Panels on Pages. They didn't show us this progression because at the end of WandaVision, she hears that they're in trouble. They're calling for help.
Right.
And then I could understand her diving deep into trying to figure out.
But this was her just an obsession.
She was just obsessed. Now, the way you should tell that is you give her some sort of you give us some sort of indication that she's being manipulated.
Right.
That the Darkhold or Chthon himself is just kind of like pushing her. And like my buddy Josh said, you just have him like whisper in her ear, kind of like what she did to everybody. Just have him be like.
But I mean, listen, you could argue the fact. You could argue the fact that they did say it a few times that the Darkhold, fucks with your mind.
Yeah, but it's like there wasn't the progression. It was just like we went from she's trying to figure out how to save her kids because she thinks that they're in trouble, to she's chasing after somebody we never met before. She's going through. She's controlling shit through multiple realities.
Yeah.
Like there was just a huge jump in the story without being shown that, and I think that was the problem. Here's how I would have fixed the whole problem with the Illuminati, because I also agree. I think the Illuminati was a goddamn waste.
That was a fucking joke.
What was the point of having them be the Illuminati? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Here's what they should have done. And this would have made it way better. He goes on to this, learning the lesson to fix this through their worlds.
Right.
One world. And also, this is how you fix every bullshit Marvel argument of, is it canon or is it not canon? He lands in one universe. Charles Xavier's there. It's the X-Men universe. It's the traditional X-Men universe. He says some shit, teaches him a lesson. Then he suddenly transfers.
Agreed. This could have been a super great adventure movie. This could have been a super great adventure movie.
Universe is from the show. The show was canon, but it's another universe. We move on. Now nobody has to have that argument again. Like it could have been so well done.
Okay, so they did the whole colors thing, right? They did the whole we became colors, right? They said that dude, if you're gonna do that, you could have literally put him in one of the old animated series for a whole 2 minutes.
Oh, dude.
Bro.
Dude,
if you're gonna do all that, might as well. But no,
with X-Men 87 coming, dude.
I mean,
better way to do it. I get it that he was trying to do this horror thing, and that's fine. Whatever.
I mean, that's fine. Yeah, but you could do it better than that.
Just really, 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 it could have been so much better. Like it was good. It was not a bad movie.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not completely.
It's on the bottom third of my fucking mark.
Yeah, I'm not completely shitting on the movie. Don't get me wrong. Actors did their job. They're great. Everybody did a great job acting. The visuals were phenomenal. You can't complain about the visuals too much. I mean, like you just said, you might see here and there real quick nitpick, but the visuals were overall fantastic.
One thing at the beginning, exactly what the problem was.
But just the story and literally just making, honestly, just throwing in shit for the sake of throwing it in and making it worthless. I mean, like the Illuminati is not a worthless thing. So for them to literally,
the Illuminati should have been something that
worthless.
You know what, man? The Illuminati should be something.
Listen, they should have lost, but they didn't die. Like, they could have lost, right? They could have said she's super powerful, but even then,
who's left on that world to protect people?
Yeah,
Mordo.
Yeah, and the girlfriend.
Yeah, Mordo and Christine.
Yeah, that's it.
And presumably, I don't know, like they're Spider-Man and all these other people.
No, they're probably all dead.
Although, in the Infinity War like flashback where they showed him how they killed Thanos and how they killed Doctor Strange, it was just them.
Right.
There wasn't nobody else around. Right. So maybe there isn't anybody else. I mean, there is the rest of the Fantastic Four, I guess.
Yeah.
And presumably the rest of the Inhumans.
Right. Presumably, but I'm guessing not. Here, okay, so we're done with that. We're done with that. It's a fine movie, but it's worthless all at the same time. Yeah. All right, Miss Marvel, fantastic. I absolutely love the editing, how they did like her brain, like essentially you're seeing into how her head works by them throwing these cool things in the background and stuff. Absolutely loved it. That grabbed me instantly. I was like, oh, this is genius. This is perfect.
That was designed, and I don't know how much it was on purpose and how much it was because there was so much more shit happening towards the end of the season.
Right.
But like at the beginning of the season, we saw a lot of that, and I feel like that brought us into her perspective, into her world, and we saw a little bit less of it later on. And I think that kind of like you didn't need it later because you weren't like this wasn't such a strange.
It was still there, but like
it was but as much.
Yeah. The outro, love the outro, or
shit. It was like upstairs,
Love the intro and outro, how they switch it up, like depending where they're at and how like the text from Miss Marvel looks and stuff like that. I thought that was dope.
Funny as hell to me though. In the I think it's the outro. There's a shot where was it Rent-A-Bro or whatever from Hawkeye?
Yes.
One of those vans or one of those
right.
By, but like they couldn't be bothered to track the goddamn keyframes.
Listen, whatever.
It's just like it goes across and then it jumps back.
Shut up. Shut up.
I thought it just fit in because everything else is kind of like flashing and jumping around. I was like, that's probably why they got away with it, but 100% that it wasn't intended.
I love how they integrated the Pakistani culture and a lot of like the history and how interactions are and stuff like that. Like
the idea of the partition to so many people. I didn't fucking know shit about that.
Yeah, me neither. So like, and I had to Google and I was like, holy shit. So that's crazy. Then on top of that, listen, we've talked about this. I know people within the culture were not happy to hear that, she's part alien, but at the same time, I will argue that she's like an 1/8 or 3/16 alien, considering all human fathers, for all the ladies. So I'm just saying, except for the original.
I mean, 2.
You start taking away the firstborn is a half. You're already done.
She's an 8th gen.
Yeah. So she's I will argue that. But listen, I get the frustration with it. But at the same time, I will argue that like it's a I said sci-fi, but it's a fantasy sci-fi. Like at some point you're going to change certain things about a character and make it more intriguing, more interesting for that thing you're basing around.
They needed a villain. They needed a temporary villain for the first half of the season because we needed her to have some sort of antagonist. And
right, yeah.
I forget what they called them, but the jinn that were trying to get home were that antagonist.
Right.
Misguided and like really they weren't bad people.
Yeah.
They just ended up being the antagonist just so that we had something for her to fight against and to work against. Yeah. So it's fine. I think they could have easily just gotten past that entire bullshit by maybe not necessarily making her Kree, which is alien, like a straight up alien, but making the bracelet Kree, which I think it actually is absolutely Kree. And it's funny because this all may be moot, because if that is a Kree, the Kree negabands, which is quite possible, something that I just thought of and can't believe I didn't think of earlier. If it is the negabands, which I'm pretty sure it is, pretty much everyone is agreeing that the Vangel is one of the negabands, and that's why her and Carol swapped at the post credits. The negabands had to do with the negative zone. What if where they were from is the negative zone?
Well, it's very possible, because I mean, you saw what it did with them trying to go back. So, yeah. And also, but here's the thing. She's also a mutant, and I'm stoked. I'm stoked.
Dude, I didn't even hear the song. I was waiting for it, because mind you, I had heard, like, I found out about it, right? People were insinuating it without saying it, and I figured it out because I'm not stupid. So when it happened, and I'm sitting there, and he's like, listen, I discovered something. I'm like, fucking say it, fucking say it, fucking say it. And he says mutation. I was just like, yes! And I didn't hear the music.
But I did. I heard it. Dude, that's what got me the yes. The mutation was like, okay. Then they did the music, and I was like, yes! And they did the good stuff, the good stuff, the good music.
I was like, Marvel's first.
No, yeah. No, I absolutely overall enjoy. Listen, the only thing I would ask, but I know why, there was I'd like it to be a little bit more faster paced and some more action. That's it. But then again, like, you're coming to a character that just getting her powers. She's a young teenager, most likely is not going to just jump into action. So, like, I get it. I'm just saying.
That's why I think they added that whole new antagonistic group.
Yeah, because I think
even in the comics, realistically, like, she doesn't have, like, villains, right? She doesn't have, like, a role.
And I feel you.
So
no, and like I said, I completely understand. Like I said, it's just a personal thing that I enjoy faster pace, more action stuff, but that's just personally me. The only other thing that I was gonna say was, everybody's fantastic acting wise. I love to see, if not majority of them, cast in something outside of fantasy and just see them do more stuff. Because
the real fucking thing to consider, this is her first and only work.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm
super stoked. Yeah, no, I'm super stoked. Considering how well she did. Listen, were there moments where I thought it was like a little not as good as the rest of the moments? Sure, but like overall, I'm not taking anything away from anybody. Like, this was very well done by all of that. I literally, I messaged you. I said the cast and crew deserve everything from this, because this was extremely well done. My favorite, by the way, my favorite episode is episode 4, when they actually go to Pakistan. The whole part of, like, the chase through Pakistan, the fighting, the seeing Pakistan visually, like, obviously not the whole thing, but just that certain aspect of them demonstrating, hey, here's the highs of Pakistan, here's the slums of Pakistan. Like, the fact that there was a mixture of the two. Usually when you watch stuff that has a Middle Eastern country involved, you're seeing the slums, and you don't see anything really nice. I mean, I guess you could argue for, like, Fast and the Furious and maybe Mission Impossible, like, they had the more glamorous stuff there.
Yeah, but like everything.
Usually, it's not portrayed that way. Right, exactly. So to see multiples of that was badass. That's probably my favorite episode. Not probably, it's almost certainly my favorite episode of that entire series. But no, great job. Absolutely great job. Like, I don't think anybody should listen. I can't tell you how you're going to take something, but I personally would say this is a win for that culture, for twofold. One, being part of a ginormous franchise. You're not just part of a somebody decided to make a film about your culture. You're part of a ginormous franchise, and everything was done incredibly well. Going back to the cast and crew, the editing, the fact that from what I could tell from the credits, most of the crew was Middle Eastern. From I can tell from like the names and stuff, from reading the names and stuff like that. So, mad props. I hope this continues. I hope we see more of this. Because
I think it was a fantastic, like, the representation was incredible. I think I think it was done so well. I like almost had to catch myself from calling a Pakistani woman that I met, like, saw at a store, auntie. Like, just I become so entrenched in the fucking thing. Done. And I talked about this on that other podcast, and the little bit of me, the like fractional part of me that in any way identifies as Muslim, felt the type of way, man. Like, this felt good. This felt
the only thing I will say is, where the fuck was my baklava? Listen, motherfuckers, all right.
Oh, I don't think Pakistani people eat baklava. No. That's more of a Mediterranean Greek. That's a Balkan thing. That's some Balkan shit. I see, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Where is my Chivapi representation? This is what I'm saying. Where, if there are all these agendas, where is the Balkan agenda? Where is my fucking...
The other thing I want to say, shit. Oh, I love the integration of a lot of different things for that culture, right? So you didn't just have darker skinned people, you had a lighter skinned female in there that was very much a really good friend, and she was also trying to get involved in the politics of the religious and stuff like
that. That was the big thing, right? Everybody had their own arc.
But I also loved seeing them include a white dude that just became a really good friend with their daughter, and he was then brought into this culture. And so I think, taken away personally, and that
dude was the best case scenario, man.
I get that, but I'm just saying if you're gonna take anything out of this, look at the positives. Look at I like the fact that they showed the culture, the fact that they showed, hey, there's, if a younger person watches this, there is a way of being excellent friends, like to a point where it doesn't matter if you're part of the culture or you're somebody that's a really good friend that decides to be part of the culture, just for support levels, not even just like you're taking it on as your own culture, but just being there as a supportive friend that is willing to, dress in the attire and go to the events and stuff like if you're going to take anything out of this, I would take all the positive stuff, because can you nitpick the little things? Absolutely. But I would rather take away the fucking positive out of this and just see more come from it. Because that's what I want. I want more, man. I want to see, I love the fucking father and brother out of her family. I love those two guys. I want to see them more. Holy shit, I want to see them more.
It was
when he showed up to the school and he was like, they were like, how the fuck did you get here? It's like, bro, I went to this school. I know how to get in from the back door and shit. That was great.
The fact that every character, every main character, had something to do, had their own story. It wasn't just Fantastic. Here's the dad, here's the mom, kind of whatever. I would say in Moon Knight, granted, there was only 4 characters in Moon Knight.
True, yeah. I mean, Moon Knight's a little rough, but how much they included in this series to have just multiple aspects.
In comparison, Sam's sister, it's not really much that happens to Sam's sister.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. We see her.
She's right? there. We see her, and we see her part of the community and everything.
We see them, Yeah, we see them trying to get Bucky.
We don't see her have an arc. We don't see her have any sort of, because she's just a background character.
Right.
Whereas everyone, this whole cast is
it was
part
so
of the
well
whole
done,
cast.
man. I gotta give them so much props, man. I
didn't expect to love it that much.
Me neither, bro. I went into this, I'm just gonna like it. I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna have fun with it. I did not expect, absolutely not even a little bit, that I was gonna love it. I'm sorry
that we didn't get the one incredible joke from the first or second issue in the comic, where she finally decides to go out like superheroing, and she screams out, "Mom, where's my burkini?" And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. I'm like, that'd be a great, like, what a choice. Man, it was so
hands
good.
down, we loved it. We're trying to move on. All right, so listen, bunch of announcements this week. We all know that.
So much to say. I'm trying to say one thing.
What? Come on, say it. Say it.
I want to. So have you watched Strange New Worlds yet?
No.
Okay, so, and I know you're not gonna. I think you should. I think you should watch Lower Decks. I think you would enjoy it.
Can't. Sorry.
But there's gonna be a crossover.
I don't care. I'll skip it.
Asterisk. The Boimler and the fucking the best friend. I forget her name.
Because the Upper Decks is the weird, like the one I don't like visually.
Lower Decks, yeah.
Lower Decks, yeah.
I think you get over it. I really think you get over it.
Nah, it's very hard for me to get over stuff.
Give it one episode, please.
I'll give it one episode, but I'm telling you right now, I already hate it. So going into it, I'm just gonna hate myself from sitting through it.
Hey, I said the same thing about fucking Archer, and I'm 8 seasons deep. No. I said the exact same thing about Archer, and I'm fucking in. But anyway, they're saying, I wish I could remember her name. Anyway, the two main characters from Lower Decks are gonna be not the actors, but the cartoon selves are gonna be in the crossover, and I don't even understand how that's gonna work. The only thing I can think of, the crossover will take place mostly on Lower Decks, and like the repercussions or ramification.
Yeah. Like it's like split into.
Give me like weird 2D characters in Strange New Worlds. That might be a little too original series for me. Like, although I watched that season, Strange New Worlds.
So is that the only thing you wanted to say? Did you have one more?
Well, they showed, you should watch it right now. They showed the teaser for Picard season 3. You see the original crew.
I've watched none of Picard, so I can't say anything.
So good. Well, in the third season, it's like a reunion of the original Next Generation crew.
Yeah. I noticed there was like drama behind TNG or something like people have been like talking about a lot about TNG, and I'm like, what is that? I mean, I know Picard's a thing, but like, what does that have to do with anything?
Oh, it's because they wanted Picard to be just more TNG, which it was never going to be because it's called Picard, not.
Yeah, right. So, all right. So, real quick, a lot have been announced. A lot. Like, holy shit, a lot. Wow, Disney, you really just decided to go ham on us on what you're going to get.
What we saw is only a fraction of what they
it's only a fraction of what they know is coming out.
The trailer was shown. Guardian trailer was shown.
But I haven't seen it. So
Google, stop. My laundry alarm.
I haven't seen it. So at least the Guardians one.
No, we're not going to. They just showed them that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So
probably going to
first thing,
D3, which I think
I teared up when I started watching the fucking Wakanda Forever.
Halfway through, I was ready to cry.
Bro, I was like the song choice, her speech,
Angela Bassett,
her speech,
the delivery. To this day, I will say that if I had a dream casting for Storm, Angela Bassett would be it.
I want to speak real quick. So apparently Ironheart is being introduced, but it is not who I thought it was. I thought it was going to be, his sister, but apparently it's not. It's
it's Ironheart. It's Ray Williams.
Right. So I know, but I'm just saying I didn't know they were doing that. I didn't look into it since we last talked about it. So like,
it was never gonna be shared.
I mean, listen, it's the movieverse. It's not the comic book, so you can change that shit up. I'm just saying.
But you're not gonna not add a person of color. Like, say, like that'd be weird to like The character is black, so like to not add her and just like put their title onto like another character, you're like, it's like it would look bad. It would look bad.
I mean, I guess, but like
it's like you had an opportunity to easily and like not.
She's a person of color. Like you just mean like in sense of like deleting that. Actual. Oh, okay.
Like you had an opportunity to add a person of color who is a character that already exists, and it's not something. Not someone that people are gonna bitch about. Oh, you changed her.
Yeah. No, I'm just happy she is going to be in that movie. And then, of course, she's getting her own series from what it looks like, which is fantastic. Super stoked. There was Daredevil in She-Hulk.
Right, hold on. Let's stick on Wakanda for a second. So you see the shot of Black Panther at the end, right? You see the shot of the Black Panther.
Yeah. Still don't know. You know, I'm not certain.
Probably Shuri, and let me tell you why I think that.
Here's the thing, and before you say why you think that, I want to say I disagree because the way stuff looked, it looked male. The physique looked bigger than what she is.
Possibly, but
just saying.
The reason I think this, if you recall back to the first Black Panther movie, T'Challa walks in and does the handshake with Shuri right before he goes off, right?
Right.
Literally in one of the trailer shots, Shuri in all black walks in, does a handshake with Riri, who is now the tech person.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, listen, if it is, it is. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I'm just saying from the way that I'm
just hoping that they recast him, that the speech is from the 5-year gap. Cause she says, I lost my whole family or whatever.
Right.
That's what I'm hoping. Cause it's like,
listen, as much as I don't want.
What?
I'm just looking at the shot.
Of what, the Black Panther?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to tell, but I think that's the point. The point is that.
Yeah. I mean, the whole point is to listen. Here's the thing. I think. How can I put this? Listen, there's times where for some reason when I hear an actor passes, right, especially a younger actor, like I'm not talking about old actors that are like 100 years old and they're like, oh, they died. Like, yeah, no shit.
Right.
But I'm talking about like Boseman, right? The man was fucking barely 40, I think. And it hurt. I don't know why, man. I was like, fuck me.
Twice ever was I actually a celebrity's death.
And honestly, I like him as an actor from the things I know of him as a little bit. I know of him as a human. Obviously, I couldn't possibly know everything and anything, but from the little bit that I've just from interviews, from people talking about him, from what he was part of, seems like a really good human being. On top of that, fucking providing an escapism for us normal folk with his fantastic talent. It hurt. And so there's a little bit in me where I'm like, I really don't want to see him recast. But at the same time, how the hell do you go Marvel and not have T'Challa?
The only thing that would make sense to me if they didn't recast is if after Secret Wars they did, when we reset the universe or whatever,
which they clearly are doing. Yeah, I feel you.
You know what? So to move forward to She-Hulk, incredible trailer. I think it outdoes the first trailer by far.
Yes.
The only thing I would have kept out of it is the Wong scene, because that was just given to all these motherfuckers out here who have been whining about, I don't see the connective tissue. Like phase 4 is so all over the place. Like none of it makes sense. Like what's the plan? Which is fucking ignorant. That's like watching the first Avenger and being like, I don't see what the plan is. What's the plan? Right. And like, because you didn't know Thanos was coming. That's literally where we're at. We're in the middle of the first phase of the new era, and motherfuckers are like, I don't see what the big plan is. What's the end game?
Right.
Like, that's not how this works. That's not how storytelling works, bitch. Like, so the fact that they gave them the fact that they gave them that scene in the trailer, I was like, that should have been, in my opinion, that should have been something that you had to find out in the show. And if you were one of the guys that was like, and I'm gonna say guys because I feel pretty confident in saying most of these people are guys. Yeah.
I'll go with that.
Yeah. If you were one of the guys that was like, nah, I'm not gonna watch She-Hulk because it's not important to the overall story, and then you 2 weeks later, 4 weeks later, after it's almost done, find out that, oh shit, it is dealing with multiverse shit. Fuck, now I gotta watch it. That's something you gotta deal with.
Yeah, that's something you gotta deal with. That's your problem.
Because like, I wish I would have just kept that out. The Daredevil, outstanding. The fact that he's gonna have the yellow and red costume.
Bro, I didn't care. I didn't care for Ant-Man. I still watched it.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like when what was it? When WandaVision came out, I'd be like, wow, what do I need to watch to watch WandaVision? I'm like, yes. If you want full context, yes.
Yeah, I watched it. I told you I didn't care for it, but I watched it.
Like I like all of them. Ant-Man is just a different kind of movie, and I think that's what we're eventually going to get to. What I'm concerned with is that it's going to take us dealing with shit like Multiverse of Madness, where they let the director just have it out, which I feel like they did with Love and Thunder, because a lot of people are saying that is the most Taika Waititi movie that they have ever seen, including my buddy Josh on Panels on Pages. He like, people are saying like that is a Taika Waititi movie before it's anything else. Also, I'm so fucking mad. Like, it's not even that big a deal. Obviously, you know, it wouldn't be if Gore survived or if Gore won. It would just not make any goddamn sense. So, like, going into a movie knowing that it's Gore, we know Gore loses, right? So I wasn't mad, like having confirmation that Gore loses at the end of Love and Thunder. Just like one other part of the finale was just like, I was swiping on TikTok, and the first thing you see is a video of the final, presumably the final scene of the film. And I was just like, bro, that can't be the first thing you show me. You throw up a warning before you show that. It's like it's playing and it's got a warning on top of it. But I'm like, that doesn't help me. I'm already watching it. I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
Like, God damn it.
All right. Hold on. All right. So we got Quantumanium, whatever. You know, here's the thing. I didn't care for Ant-Man, so this is whatever. I'll watch it, obviously. I'm sure, listen, there's aspects I enjoy of it. I just don't care for it.
It's set up for Young Avengers because Stature's in it.
Secret Invasion. I'm not too familiar. Secret Invasion, wasn't that the Skrulls?
Yep. Yeah. Too.
So that's supposed to be, I think, a series. That's not a movie.
It is a series. It's Nick. Apparently they showed a shot of Nick Fury like running down the street, possibly chasing after someone.
Okay.
That's about all we know so far. Presumably, we're gonna get Monica Rambeau in that, and Rhodey is definitely gonna be in that.
Bring it. I'm down. Let's go. Yeah. Of course, Guardians of the Galaxy coming out in 2023 May. There's really nothing to be said there. Listen, the only thing I will say is I hope it's better than the second movie. Sorry, everybody involved in that second movie. And this is coming from a guy. This is coming from a guy that absolutely loved the first movie. And I'm talking about loved. I'm talking about putting in like, I'm pretty sure I put it in my top 5. I can't remember.
The dad story is. It's rough. That's rough.
Yeah, listen, I don't know. Echo, that's going to be on Disney Plus. I don't know what that is, to be fair.
Echo was the assassin from Hawkeye. the one who can't hear.
That's right. Thank you. Well, slipped my mind. There it is. Loki season
so
2.
She's
Listen,
have her own show. Who's the big thing on that? I think Daredevil's supposed to be in that, and
makes sense.
There was somebody else.
I won't lie to you.
Daredevil
it would be
for sure.
dope. It would be dope to have Daredevil and Hawkeye just to see that interaction. Because they're both
one guy's blind, one guy's deaf.
Kinda, yeah. It'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. Loki season 2. I mean, if you didn't watch season 1 and you didn't know season 2 was coming, I don't know what to tell you. The Marvels, I am excited because that it's the Marvels, which means there's going to be a lot of fun. Listen, I enjoyed Captain Marvel. I loved Miss Marvel. So that's
and
that.
Monica was the shit in WandaVision.
Yeah, exactly. So bring it on, baby.
I will probably just straight up. I will probably make sure to poop before going to see the Marvels, because if they give me my Captain Marvel, if they give me Monica Rambeau calling herself Captain Marvel on screen, I will shit my pants. Like, you need to understand, man. That shit was when they were like announcing Captain Marvel, I was like, of course they're gonna go with Monica. Why wouldn't they go with Monica?
Yeah, and by the way, guys, we are still on 2023. This is how much we're getting. Blade, let's go.
Blade,
finally, baby. Listen,
finally gonna get. Was it Harrington?
One of my favorite comic book movies of all time, Blade 1, period. Absolutely. You can't argue against it.
Not going to be that.
I mean, that's fine, but I'm just saying.
We're not going to get a blood rave, is what I'm saying.
However, though, I call bullshit. I think we can get that, especially now that they were down with putting Deadpool and Logan rated R on Disney Plus. I say bullshit. I think we could get that.
But they also took off the blood from Captain America's shield in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I mean, listen, I don't know what to tell you, bro. But yeah, but Falcon and Winter Soldier isn't Blade. So
sure, I'm not saying. Look, I hope it's rated R. I really hope it's rated R. But
good.
I think
I hope it is.
I think they're going to lean more into the supernatural stuff and less into the like hardcore vampire hunting. Which is fine. Like, I have no problem with that.
Yeah, whatever, man. Listen, just don't give it to Sam Raimi. Ironheart, of course, series, Disney Plus, super stoked. Can't wait to see what they do with that. Please,
assuming we get War Machine.
Please make it. All I ask is we're dealing again with something that's bringing culture back into these movies. I want you to make it exciting, like Miss Marvel. I want you to just make it badass, so that way when everybody watches it, they have this sense of like love for it, because that's what I want, man. Because once again, I'm going to go back to Miss Marvel. I'm saying this, I did not expect to love it. I did not expect anything except, hey, that was fun. There was more to that, and I hope, I really want that for Ironheart. I just honestly I beg, I know nobody gives a shit about this except me, but please make it fast paced. I want to see her being a badass. Please give it to us. Okay,
depending on how far she gets in.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, in Wakanda Forever, I'm hoping we kind of.
All I know is we have a very good chance of seeing the MCU Chicago, and I've been waiting for that.
Yeah, man, let's go.
Because from Chicago.
What is okay? So after Ironheart, we got Agatha, Covenant of Chaos. Covenant of Chaos. Agatha. Why am I forgetting this name?
Agatha Harkness.
The chick that she defeated.
It was Agatha all along.
Yeah. Gotcha. Then I'm super happy for this, man. Because you know what? Listen, if they do this right, then I'm happy for the rest. And that's Daredevil, baby. If they do this right, if they bring it back the right way, not what we saw on Netflix, well, listen, the first 2 seasons of Daredevil, I actually didn't have a problem with.
I didn't
and I didn't even have a problem with the first, because I didn't watch season 2, but I didn't have the problem with season 1 of Punisher either. I did have, however, a problem with all the other bullshit.
You should watch season 2 of Punisher itself.
I should, yeah, 100%. And especially now that they're clearly working on bringing all this shit back. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I'll even sit through the pain the dick stuff. But if they do this right, the way I want it, I'm sure the way most of us want it, right? then I'm down. Then I'm getting stoked already for the other shit if they do it the way they need to on this stuff. And then of course, for the last thing that I'm seeing on this page, and this is not even, I don't think this is all of it, but we got Captain America, New World Order. We got Sam Wilson, right? I always want to fuck that up for some reason, but we got Sam Wilson coming to a big screen as Captain America. I'm stoked as fuck about
anybody
that.
confused about that? Anybody being like, "Oh, well, Chris Evans is going to come back. I need you to go ahead and slap yourself in the mouth."
Let me help you out there. Actually, let me help you out there. Chris Evans said it would be a travesty if he came back as in any shape or form, even as Steve Rogers. It would be a travesty. Those are his words.
I still think that we should have. Look, I'm gonna say it on this podcast too because I said it on the other podcast. My pitch for X-Men was, and I think would still be the best option. You show me an X-Men TV show, the original X-Men in the 60s, and it's like, they're going through, they're dealing with some shit, and they end up on the news. Then you see a dude from behind watching the news and being like, wait, what? And then you see that a couple more times at the end of the season, knock on the door. Steve Rogers tells Xavier, what the fuck are you doing here? You can't exist because you don't exist in the future.
Listen, I'm not. Listen, he just said anytime soon. All right, so he's not necessarily against coming back in a fashion or form, but he doesn't believe that it should be happening anytime soon because he believes that his friend Anthony Mackie deserves to be Captain America for quite some time before even thinking about bringing back Rogers somehow. And then there was a few more. For phase 6, it doesn't look like they gave us like a bunch for phase 6, just 3 of them, which was Fantastic Four 2024 November.
Oh, you skipped one.
See, it didn't show it, and the thing I'm looking at, it didn't show it. Oh yes, Thunderbolts. That's right. That is the one I forgot. I asked you this because
someone described Thunderbolts as Marvel's Suicide Squad, which it absolutely isn't. Like,
from what I understand, Thunderbolts is literally reformed villains that became kind of
in the original version. The heroes had died, according to what everyone saw, and there was a vacuum. And the Masters of Evil had formed this. They had formed this idea. They're like, we're gonna fucking strike at them, and literally, as they're forming this plan to like attack the Avengers, the fucking Avengers die, right, saving mankind. Right. And they're like, what the fuck do we do now? And then it's like, wait, an opportunity. So then they create all these fucking fake identities and become these new heroes, the Thunderbolts. So then for a year, they just run this fucking con of, we are your new team. Like, we had hoped to study with the Avengers and blah, 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 but then they disappeared and we had to step up.
Hey, listen, I asked you, I said, I don't.
The setup there was that they were all these like kind of B and C villains from around history, from around like various characters. Like it was the Beetle from Spider-Man. It was Screaming Mimi, which I think was an Iron Man villain, and Zemo. Zemo was the leader.
Right.
And now it's like what they're doing is they're on the MCU. They're basically turning it into Marvel Suicide Squad. You're going to have U.S. Agent. You're going to have Yelena Belova. You're going to have possibly Zemo. I'm thinking because of whatever happens in Wakanda Forever, he gets out from their custody.
Right.
Possibly Blonsky, the Abomination.
Right. Because we are seeing all this, like in everything we've seen, like we see the Abomination in She-Hulk trailer. We see, we've seen,
They'll bring Bullseye in. They'll bring Bullseye in as their Hawkeye.
Bro.
Because we didn't get a real Bullseye. The Bullseye we got in fucking season 3 of Daredevil was garbage. So if they set up Bullseye,
I didn't see it.
Because well, you should watch it. Because
I didn't know he was in there.
I don't even think we even got a name. I think the last scene we saw him, he says Bullseye. I think that's the only fucking time anyone ever said the word Bullseye in that season. He spent more time in this Daredevil costume than Daredevil did. So I didn't like the season. But my point is, it takes place right before Thunderbolts. So if Born Again, which is him reclaiming his identity as Daredevil, is his like whole thing, he said like that season gives us a proper Bullseye as a villain in a suit. And then he gets at the end of those 18 episodes, which by the way, that's good to hear. Like,
yeah.
At the end of those 18 episodes, fucking Contessa Valentina de Allegra Fontaine shows up. And dude, I fucking love that name. Yeah. She shows up and she's like, hey, you're coming with me. And that goes into Thunderbolt. So that gives us a solid 5 teams.
Listen, it's like I asked you because I said you know more about it than I do, and you said your expectations are going to be low. You go in that
really like that the whole arc of those comics. Like I just recently collected the entire run. It's such a it's all over the place, but the whole thing that it starts with this like we're just doing it for like to gain power, and then when we're in the right place we're just gonna fucking take over, and then the heroes come back and a bunch of the fucking members are like, I kind of like being a hero, like I kind of like the adoration, I kind of like not having to fight the cops and shit.
Right.
So it's like it turns into this like interior fight of Zemo's like, we still got this plan, bitches, and then like oh, because we're also getting a Wonder Man show. They didn't say anything about that. That's Phase 6 for sure. Also, Armor Wars is going to Phase 6.
So okay, so
that's going to be
so for Phase 6. There is quite a bunch of slots, but a lot of them are blank. Yeah. One of them is a Fantastic Four. Obviously, we knew that was coming. That's November 2024.
I don't want that to be in the 60s.
The other one's 2025, so we got a few years. But Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, and then
2025, same year.
Wow. Another Avengers Secret Wars. Holy shit, two in 1 year?
The Kang Dynasty story in the comics, I don't remember. But
I was reading about, I obviously Googled it real quick, brought up the wiki. The story features King the Conqueror, warlord of the 30th century, one of the deadliest and oldest Avengers foes, arriving in the early 21st century with his son Marcus, intent on conquering the planet. Although Kang is temporarily successful, the first villain in Marvel Comics to physically take over the world, as opposed through mind control, as Dr. Doom once accomplished by amplifying the powers of the Purple Man. He is opposed and eventually defeated by the Avengers.
That was a long run, because that was also that also had the Enough Said episode or issue.
Yeah, because literally the next sentence is, the story is noteworthy for its length, as well as depicting the destruction of United Nations headquarters building, though without loss of life, as King saved them all to make a point, and the death of the entire population of Washington, D.C. Holy shit. It had been planned before the events of September 11, 2001, but was published afterwards, as Marvel Comics decided not to alter the storyline. Listen, first of all, the Avengers on its own is not, or I'm sorry, the Fantastic Four on its own is not a small feat for a movie, because you're talking about what I personally believe is.
Man, I really hope they set it up ahead of time. I kind of want them. You remember when they redid Planet of the Apes? Like when the new Planet of the Apes came out?
Oh, like I was like the new or the Mark Wahlberg?
No. But did you remember the original? Did you ever watch the original?
Oh boy, yeah, but
like you know the premise, right? Young. You know the premise, right? It follows this dude who goes off on a space mission, bunch of shit happens, he comes back, apes are running the planet.
Right.
In the first Apes movie, where he's sitting at home with was it Oscar? Caesar. When he's at home with Caesar and they're like chilling at the fucking breakfast table, on the TV there's a launch. That's the kind of fucking setup I want. I want there in like, because that's the first movie of season or of Phase 6. So in like, maybe in Thunderbolts we see the launch, and maybe in like Ironheart or something, we see her like on the phone with like this new space mission, they're asking me to like double check their numbers.
And we already
like,
saw
super
multiverse.
low-key shit.
We already saw a multiverse where Mr. Fantastic's a thing. Well,
yeah,
was a thing. Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, I just want this like slow burn setup so that when we start, because if it's taking place in modern day, there's no reason why not to set up this like long play in Ironheart, because she's MIT, she's like top tier, like one of the top fucking 5 smartest people in the MCU. So
there's no reason she doesn't meet or see or hear about Mr. Reed Richards himself. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
He's like, hey, I heard you got some really good math skills or some shit. I just need you to run these numbers for me. Double check me. We're going to be launching some people into space. That's it. Short conversation. It's a part scene. We just move on with our lives. And everyone just shitting themselves for 6 months before the fucking Fantastic Four movie comes out.
I will take it. But like that alone, to me, when you're talking about Fantastic Four, that's huge. Like that's like, in my opinion, and because I feel Guardians is huge. When you do a movie like Guardians, that's huge. You're taking on something big. And that movie was huge. Let's be real. It was a space adventure that was, I've never seen until that point that good of a space adventure on what's the word? Live action. There's difference like in 3D or and stuff like that, but actual live action, to see that kind of space adventure, I haven't, to have that kind of experience, I haven't had it before. So that was huge. To me, Fantastic Four is just as big. If you're doing these 4 people, you're doing the powers, you're doing their capabilities, their smarts, their obviously Human Torch being a fucking adventure seeker, or whatever you want to call it. You got to do it. You got to do it good. You got to do it right. You got to do it. So you got that, and then literally right around the corner in like 4 months, you got your Avengers coming. What the fuck? And then and then you got another towards the end of that year, November.
But I'm presuming Doom is going to be in that.
Dude.
And how, and look, here's the thing. This is why I didn't need this. I was happy to be on the ride. Because this is now me just being like, oh shit.
I know. Now you're like thinking like, what the fuck?
How do you set it? Like, how is Doom going to be involved in the Kang?
But let's put something else in perspective. Let's put something else in perspective, all right? Because it's not like we've had little happen so far. Anybody remember the Eternals and the fact that we have giant fucking aliens bigger than the planet saying what's up?
and that could very well. Here's what I'm thinking.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know
because Adam.
If I did hear it, I don't remember it, but I don't know what is happening in Guardians. So you could argue that, let's say in Guardians,
they're dealing with Adam Warlock.
Right. So they deal with maybe the Eternals in there.
I was thinking that the Eternals who are like out on the road,
right, searching
with Star Fox,
right.
That would make sense because Pip, which is the fucking God, I can't believe they did Pip. Like, dude, when he showed up, I laughed my ass off so hard.
It was great though.
When Pip shows up, Pip is part of the Infinity Watch. Here is, knowing what I know from comics, here is what I think could happen. Should it happen? I don't know. It's like kind of like if they could tell it.
Right. Could, should, those are two.
Here's what could happen. We deal with Adam Warlock. The Eternals show up maybe at the end or maybe in a post-credit scene because of maybe they think he's part Eternal or something because he was made. And they were made, so they think he's an Eternal or some shit.
Sure.
And Star Fox says something along the lines of, just like in conversation, like, oh yeah, you can never like destroy the actual stones. Like the stones are still out there. They just reform. They just like reconstitute themselves. And because that's like the thing, right? They're they're a foundational. They are the foundational structure of the universe. So you cannot destroy the stones. He just atomized them. They reform.
Right.
So then you have Star Fox, Pip, and Adam Warlock go off to do the Infinity Watch, which is basically like pick up the stones. Everyone, what the Infinity Watch was in the comics, everyone got one stone.
Right, I gotcha.
So like you couldn't, no one person could form the gauntlet.
Right, makes sense.
And Adam gets the Mind Stone because the Soul Stone. Adam gets the Soul Stone because he's a formed creature. So it's kind of been all over the place. But like part of what I've read with him is that he like wasn't sure if he was a real person because if you're you're created, like, do you have a real soul kind of thing.
Yeah.
So him having the Soul Stone is kind of like, he couldn't potentially be like corrupted by it because maybe he doesn't actually have a soul, that kind of shit. Like it's 40 years of
I got you. I feel
tweaks and changes and shit like that. So, and he's died several times.
Right.
So, I think that could be that. Then that could maybe set up, who knows, like a future thing. Or it could just give us, what if it's like, look, if I was directing the Fantastic Four, the first movie, straight up Galactus.
I think they're gonna. Honest to God, I think
all
the
way to the top.
I think they're gonna.
I think you go all the way to the top.
I think they're gonna, just because they've already introduced Eternals, which we already got. What did they call? What did they call the big
Celestials?
Celestials. So we already seen the Celestials, and we've already seen.
Oh my God, I've got it.
I'm telling you, I think Galactus is happening in the first.
Galactus shows up. He starts destroying the planet. They lose. They can't make the gamble, right? He doesn't have the ultimate nullifier. We don't have, Uatu's not around. We don't have a watcher watching our planet.
Right.
Or in the MCU, he doesn't get involved. And then Kang shows up and he's like, if he eats the planet, what am I supposed to rule? Reset button. And then it's the Kang dynasty.
Very possible.
That's my quick take. That's my quick take on what could happen.
No, it's going to be crazy, man. But I honest to God, I don't doubt, because like I said, we've already, we have seen the Celestials. We've seen all this craziness in the Eternals already, and that's not even including what's coming potentially before this movie. So I think they are going to do what you're saying. I think they're going to keep sprinkling the Fantastic Four throughout movies because they already started, and they're going to keep doing it, I think. And I think in Fantastic Four, we're about to see one of the big bads of big bads. He's literally bigger than a planet.
Because I was thinking, because we were talking about, that could be like the next Thanos, right? That could be the big.
That's what we said, yeah. But
almost always in the comics, Galactus is a Fantastic Four problem that they solve.
Right.
Which is funny because he is a literal planet level threat.
Bro, he is bigger. He eats a planet. That is his snack.
Well, he's not the size of Arsham. Like, he's not that big.
He's still
he could float over New York.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's like Giant Man plus 50%.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah, he's big, but he's not that big. No, his whole thing is that he has this fucking sphere and or cube, depending on the era. But he has this machine that.
So does that mean we see
Silver Surfer?
Silver Surfer?
If they're super ballsy, top to the fucking balls, we see Frankie Ray, who is a mutant, if I recall.
To be fair, they could do a similar movie to what we had in the earlier 2000s. I said similar, not exactly the same, because obviously we were a little disappointed with that part. But just that part. But just Galactus. So literally, like, the rest of the movie was actually fairly solid. It was
and in retrospect, the weirdly white Latina Sue Storm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but whatever. I mean, getting out of that, I'm saying like overall, like for the movie, the biggest disappointment was the fact that Galactus was a giant cloud. So just nobody gave a shit, right? It was as and then they repeated in DC with Green Lantern. But
that was several years later.
That was several years later. Several. So they could very much do a very similar movie. And I wouldn't be mad about it because visuals are going to be better. Acting most likely is going to be better. And we're actually going to see Galactus.
Look, okay, hear me out. So Fantastic Four is Galactus, but the reason Fantastic Four is Galactus is because, let's say, in Thunderbolts, ooh, that's actually a really good one. In Thunderbolts, the Thunderbolts are activated and launched against the Herald of Galactus, who's here to say some shit, but the U.S. government's like, not on our watch. Launch the Thunderbolts. They fuck him up, and Doom shows up out of the fucking woodwork, and he's like, while you're on the ground, I'm just gonna take your shit. And he's gonna take his power cosmic, and that's why Galactus comes.
Let's go.
It's not even that, oh, hey, Master, I found you fucking lunch. It's just that this motherfucker hasn't reported
Listen,
back.
to be fair, it's a Julian McMahon, the guy from Nip Tuck, which was also on FBI Most Wanted. Listen, hold on, which was also Doom in the Fantastic Four movies in the early 2000s. Listen to this, though. Listen to this.
Good job.
He did a good job. I think he did a really good job, but he's even a better actor now. He is old, though. He is old.
He's old. But I just think they also need to start casting Romani actors for Romani characters because, like, it is gonna.
To be fair,
it's gonna get obtuse pretty soon. Because
okay. I mean, that's fair. Sure. I mean, I was just saying, like, you could just bring his ass back. And here's why I was saying that, because he just left FBI Most Wanted, and I'm in my head, I'm like, bro.
He's got it, but whoever. I mean, like, if I kind of don't want it to be Krasinski because Krasinski's kind of old now. If you're gonna do like,
he's not that old.
Four, if you're gonna do Fantastic Four for the next 10 years, like he's in his 40s.
Is he?
I think so. Like, is he gonna want to play Reed Richards when he's 55?
He is. Yeah, he's 42. He's 42.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's 3 more years, right?
Right, true.
Is he gonna want to play Reed Richards, an aging, gray Reed Richards in fucking 10 years? Like, is he gonna? He might, but regardless, I think we were served something that people wanted. We got it, and I think they're gonna cast somebody else. That's my thought. Unless they take my idea, which I'm offering for free, Marvel, Disney, for free. Just fly me out to a premiere. Just fly me out to a premiere. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
For free. You set it in the 60s. The only way, and the reason Galactus shows up is because there's mutants. And the mutants that's like the dinner bell. That there's enough mutants in the 60s where it's brought up to whatever the power level is over 9,000 finally, and he can come to dinner. And,
it's over 9,000 finally.
And when he shows up, Xavier and Richards make him forget about the mutants, but it backfires and everyone forgets about the mutants. And the Fantastic Four get, I don't know, stuck in the negative zone, which we all know time passes differently in the negative zone.
True.
So then when they reappear, it like cascades, and now all of a sudden.
Well, because we just talked about it, and you said that you think the world they're from is the negative zone, right? Is that what you said?
It's possible. Because
right. I'm saying it's possible.
Can open the door to their world, and this is the big if portion of that, if it is also a negaband, which it seems like it is because she swapped places with Carol, which that's the whole premise of the negabands. Although in the comics, the negabands specifically trade places with someone in the negative zone.
Right.
That's the key there. So what's possible is that in the Marvels, we may see Carol fighting someone, ends up getting tossed into the negative zone, gets a bracelet, gets switched with Ms. Marvel, and then she's like, "Oh shit, I'm on Earth again. How do I like? There's a whole bunch of shit I need to fix. Like I was in the middle of some shit."
Fair.
So is the negabands, and it is transporting to and from the negative zone. Then that is the only logical conclusion for me, because then that means that they are from the negative zone in some fashion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, hey, I real quick, going back to the Secret Invasion, really happy to see Emilia Clarke getting more something of a bigger spectrum, because the last thing she did was well, obviously she finished off Game of Thrones, but like the last like bigger thing she did that maybe anybody realized that she was in was Terminator Genesis, and then she did a bunch of Genesis, and then she's done a few things here or there, but nothing that in my opinion is big. So
how do I not know her from anything? That's crazy.
So
I didn't watch Game of Thrones, that's why.
Yeah. So, but she was the one of the.
Oh, she was also the girlfriend in Solo.
For what?
She was the girlfriend in Solo. Solo, a Star Wars story.
Oh, that's right. I forgot she was in there. Yeah. So okay. So it's good, but I'm happy to see her getting more. I mean, I guess she's rumored. I guess it's not 100% official. It says she's rumored.
Right.
But no, man, I'm super. Listen, they announced a lot, and they have so much more that they didn't even tell us about, that have just blank slots. And it's just
basically
crazy.
The entirety of fucking Phase 6.
Yeah, so it's crazy. Honestly, I will say this though: seeing how much they already clearly have, is it what's causing them to sometimes make bad decisions on certain things? Like, for instance, like with Doctor Strange. It wasn't an awful movie, but
I don't think
there was failure within the movie.
Yeah, but I think that's what's happening there, is that because there's so much more shit. I think somebody brought this up on TikTok. They are giving directors more control.
Right,
and
that's clearly what we saw for Doctor Strange.
And I think that's quite possible that is where some of the disconnect may happen. It's where some of the problems that we perceive may happen.
Right.
But I don't really. I mean, I think Kevin Feige is still going to maintain a pretty tight grasp on everything. I don't think he's going to let it get too bad, where it's going to be like, oh, some shit happened in this movie, but like it made no sense to everything else. Like, I don't think it'll get that bad. Right. As long as COVID doesn't flare up again and forces a fucking massive shutdown, yeah, like True. I think we're in good shape for the Marvel films going forward. The biggest thing I'm excited about is Captain America. I really want to see. I want to see what they do, because the New World Order makes me feel like he's going to be dealing with some sort of pushback or whatever. It sounds like it's going to be picking up the kind of the story threads from Falcon and Winter Soldier, which is absolutely what it should do. My only problem is that it's set so far, like after Captain America Winter Soldier. It's like,
I mean, listen, like actual timeline wise, like from what we're seeing, yeah, I mean it's so much far away from when that released.
Oh, it's fuck me if it all takes place in a condensed time frame.
Right.
Jesus.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
MCU in-universe timeline.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I know that like Spider-Man and Hawkeye and all that shit kind of takes place around the same-ish time.
I know.
All right, so Black Widow was in 2016, Homecoming 2017. By the way, just to touch real quick, the Spider-Man freshman year, absolutely not canon to the MCU. Without question, Like, that was the pitch originally when they were like, we're going to do Spider-Man freshman year. It's like, what happened before Civil War? Bullshit. Absolute bullshit. It has nothing to do with MCU Spider-Man. It's another universe, and anyone that has any hopes of that being the actual fucking prequel, it's not. It's absolutely not, because Dr. Octopus was supposed to be one of the bad guys. If he had already fought Dr. Octopus in his freshman year, why would he freak out at meeting Otto Octavius in that fucking dungeon?
Yeah, that's true.
Stop. Not canon.
Move on. I didn't see anything about freshman year, so that's why I wasn't sure.
They showed some pictures.
Oh, okay.
And then X-Men 97, I don't know if you saw those photos. You should look those up.
It looks from what the like.
It looks perfect.
I didn't. Well, here's the thing. I didn't see. I saw images, but I didn't know. I don't know if they were the images. So.
Yeah, they are.
They looked.
7 announcement. Do that.
X-Men. What is it?
X-Men 97.
97.
So it's just season 6 or 7. We're just picking up. the next season.
Good.
I think it's
good.
It's like Magneto's running the show. He's got a new costume, which is like an old 80s costume, which I kind of love. And even though I fucking hated it my whole life, I kind of love that they're giving it to him on the show. And then Storm has a new haircut, but like everyone else looks exactly the same. Supposedly Nightcrawler is supposed to be a regular now, which would be dope. Bishop and Cable are slotted to return. Morph, which like Morph died. So like
this is clearly fake. This is clearly like just a bunch of different. They're using like the anime X-Men for this trailer thing that somebody.
It's not a trailer. It's just photos. It's just photos. That's all they showed. So WandaVision. So WandaVision 2023, Eternals, Far From Home. Far From Home happens after Eternals? That's a wild statement.
Oh, sophomore year is also going to happen?
Yeah, they already greenlit season 2. Yeah, they already said. That's the other thing, right? They supposedly showed the trailer for season 2 of What If, and then they also announced season 3, and then they announced and showed images from Marvel Zombies, which is going to be an M-rated mature show.
Unofficial official trailer
for what?
It's hard to like. It's hard to find actual.
There's no trailers. The only trailers that they released were Wakanda Forever and She-Hulk.
No, I know, but I can't even find like actual like. I wrote X-Men 97 announcement, and like everything I'm getting, it doesn't even look as official, or it's like bullshit stuff. It's fine. It's fine. What were you? You were saying something though.
Marvel Zombies is going to be a mature show, and it is. They did confirm that it's going to be the same universe from What If, the same that time that.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a continuation of that, but it's going to be a mature show. They confirmed X-Men 97, I think, a second season already. So like, super excited about that.
Yeah, dude, I'm
What if they showed a trailer for season 2? Season 3 is announced. Yeah, so
there's a lot.
Shang-Chi, No Way Home, Hawkeye. Wait, what? No. What? So this website, this is Time Magazine, okay? Okay. Time Magazine is suggesting to me right now that, follow me on this.
Huh?
Okay. So post Endgame.
Okay. 5 years.
WandaVision 2023. Eternals 2023. Okay. Post Endgame. Far From Home happens in 2024, which makes no fucking sense because it said that they were 6 months ago. It was 6 months ago. So that should have been the same year, but fine. Let's say it's the following year, but it was the beginning of the school year. I don't know.
No.
Although, was it the spring trip? Hold on. What does it say? Spring trip, gonna Euro trip. It doesn't say. Regardless, But that's what it's saying. It's saying Falcon and the Winter Soldier takes place in 2024. Shang-Chi takes place in 2024. No Way Home takes place obviously because it takes place right after the other one. Hawkeye takes place the same year, which is factual. It happens right before. It happens right after Spider-Man because Spider-Man swings by the big ass tree and it's still up when they definitely crash it in in Hawkeye.
But hold on, but
then it says, watch this. Doctor Strange is 2025. And Moon Knight is 2025, and Ms. Marvel is 2025. And Thor Love and Thunder is 2025.
But how are they getting these dates? Or these years, I guess, not dates.
What do they base this on?
Yeah, what do they base it on? They have literally no confirmation on this. This is just some dude's hopes and dreams of trying to be right.
This is Time Magazine, bro.
Yeah, but some dude wrote that article and he's hoping and dreaming this is the timeline. But
some lady, thank you.
Okay, my apologies. Some human being.
I'm trying to see. We've recapped every movie. Even though Marvel has always been super specific about the timeline, we did our best to estimate everything when everything took place. I don't know, man. That's a little wild.
No.
That's a little wild.
No, because you're telling me. Hold on, you're telling me.
No Way, Far From Home, No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, Ms. Marvel, and Moon Knight all happened after Eternals, and not one of them talked about the giant fucking thing in the Indian Ocean.
Fuck the Indian Ocean. Nobody talks about the fucking giant alien being that was next to Earth. Next to Earth. Talking to them.
There's an alien sticking out of the Earth in the Indian Ocean, Hannes. That's more important. The one that was in the sky, he left. This one's still there.
He was still bigger than the planet.
Are you talking about the one that was sticking out of the planet?
No, here's the thing. Here's why they're wrong. They're not right. They can't be right. And here's why.
Tell me.
Because you're telling me Spider-Man Far From Home. Wait, which one? Which was the last one?
No Way Home.
Okay. So the one before that, Far From Home.
Correct.
Was 2023.
24.
I'm sorry, 2024. Even though that happened before Endgame, before the 5-year jump.
No.
What do you mean no? It absolutely did.
No, the whole premise is that they talk about how, Billy or whatever the fuck is 5 years older than the last time they saw him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because that's where he fights
Mysterio.
Yeah.
Homecoming takes place after Black Widow. It takes place in 2017. Which takes place after Homecoming, which is fine.
Hold on a minute. Oh, Black Widow takes place in 2017.
2016.
2016. That kind of makes sense because
it takes place right after Civil War.
Right, which makes sense.
It's right after Civil War. So Black Panther, Black Panther, Black Widow, and Homecoming all take place after Civil War. And then Doctor Strange happens.
Yeah, but they have no way of confirming that. They have no way of knowing that Doctor Strange does not happen right after No Way Home.
I mean, we sure do, because he says recently.
Yeah.
He doesn't say yesterday. He says recently.
Right, but what are they saying? Doctor Strange is from
No Way Home. No Way Home ends at Christmas, so Doctor Strange could happen in January.
No, it can't, because it's definitely a nicer weather. Because Christmas in New York.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he.
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
it could.
It could be spring. It could be spring. The spring wedding.
Yeah.
Spring wedding in New York. So yeah, it could be 4 months.
Could be May.
Yeah. Call it 5 months after No Way Home. So yeah, 2025. But to say
but
you're like, I guess, yeah, if it all kind of.
But how do you know Miss Marvel took place
after Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah. Because the only thing we talk about is Captain Marvel. She doesn't talk about anybody else. Like they kind of say so. Well, they did have so she did go to the museum or the con. Yeah. I forgot everything they showed in the con.
You know what they didn't show? Anyone dressed as Spider-Man, which is bullshit because Spider-Man is one of the most cosplayed characters on the planet.
Yeah, like everybody was cosplaying. Like they had a Captain Marvel. No, this has to happen. This has to happen after Captain Marvel. Because everybody's going nuts for Captain Marvel.
No,
not after. I'm sorry, not after Captain Marvel, but after Endgame.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but not like 3 years after Endgame. This happens. I don't know.
This would be it. It's 2 years after Endgame. The thing that bothers me, can I tell you just the thing that bothers me, like legitimately upsets me? Captain America and the Winter Soldier spent all this time talking about how people were displaced and people were living in these camps and shit, right?
Yeah.
It takes place amidst Shang-Chi. It takes place amidst the Spider-Man movies, Hawkeye, Ms. Marvel, Moon Knight, which takes place in England. No one's outside these camps.
That's true. Yeah. Not only does it happen in England, but like Moon Knight goes a lot of places.
Couldn't just shown us some of these camps? Or are you telling me that after he made that mid-level speech, it was a mid speech, it wasn't a great fucking speech. It was his first run as Captain America. I'm giving him a pass, but it wasn't a great speech.
It wasn't great. It wasn't that great.
You're telling me after that they just fixed it all? They were like, he's right. We got to do better. And then they just fixed it.
Yeah.
Because that's the only option. Damn it.
All right. Well, that's it.
That's
it. We're gonna call it. That's too much thinking. It's a solid 1 hour and 45 minutes.
Spent from let's see what the internet says from SDCC. Let's see what the best announcement is. The best trailers. Let's see. What is the best trailer? Dungeons and Dragons. Dungeons and Dragons is an interesting trailer.
It looks fun.
I'm sorry. National Treasure?
What?
Is there a trailer?
Let's go, brother. I'll take another one any day. What? National Edge of History? What? I'm sorry. There is a actual Disney Plus. There's a teaser on the Disney Plus.
Holy shit. It's on IGN. You can watch it on IGN. Fuck yeah, dude. So hyped.
Really? There's a
Edge of History. Love it. And it continues. It's the little buddy. It's the fucking little geeky buddy. Fuck yeah.
Are you serious?
Bro.
3 days ago, a visual behind the scenes.
Yeah. A little teaser.
Yeah, so I watched the Edge of History official teaser, which was a whole 18 seconds.
No. But if you here, copy link. Go here. There you go. They got a whole page for it, and that there's a I don't know, it's like a 4-minute video, 2-minute video. It's a 2-minute video. It's like some behind the scenes stuff. They talk about the show. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Oh wow.
Oh, it's a show. Nice.
He-Man and the Masters of the Universe season 3. Okay, didn't know
there was a 2. And I still haven't finished one.
I didn't know there was. Oh, because this is the new one, right? This is not the Kevin Smith one. This is the new one.
That's what I was thinking. I thought it was the Kevin Smith one.
Oh,
all right. Let's call it. Let's call it. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching.
Thanks for listening. We'll see you in the next one.
Human beings all around the world. We appreciate it. Later.
Bye.